Today we're going to break down some of our favorite before and after photos. I'm Jen, one of the CoolSculpting providers here at Abdomen Body Lab, and all of those that we're about to show you are patients that we have treated here at our facility. If you'd like to see more photos, we have hundreds of them on our website at www.elementbodylab.com. And I want to point out to you that all of our photos are people that we have treated. Some providers will showcase other people's photos, but we believe that showing you our skills gives you the confidence in choosing us as your CoolSculpting providers. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. This first patient I'm about to show you had an aggressive treatment plan, but also had aggressive results. So you'll be able to see the treatment plan of the areas that we treated, the amount of cycles or hand pieces that were applied over time, and the total cost associated with this plan. So this patient came in and actually wanted to just treat her love handles initially. After the first session, she came in and wanted to treat her abdomen as well as love handles. And this is a great picture to showcase the importance of understanding what your goal is. With this kind of treatment plan, it's a full 360. So treating abdomen and love handles are complementary areas. So if you treat one area, the other areas might look a little bit different. So this is a great way to show the difference in wanting to go a full 360 around. She really wanted her pants to fit better, and she definitely got that. With this next patient, had 2 sessions to the full abdomen. So this really shows why it takes 2. That is one of the models for CoolSculpting, is it takes 2 sessions. The difference between the before photo and the middle photo, she does have a difference in reduction, but the biggest difference is going to be between that second and third session, that second session. So you can see that she had amazing results in the end. So we want you to understand that once we figure out what your goal is, we as providers are going to give you our best advice on how many sessions to get in order to reach those goals. For this next one, we do treat men and women. So men and women have different goals when it comes to the shape of their body. With women, sometimes they want more of a hourglass shape. So when we're treating areas like love handles, we typically tend to treat higher up on the waistline in order to gain that curve. With men, sometimes they want a more athletic build. So that means like a triangle top and then a narrow waist, because men and women wear their pants differently. Women tend to wear them a little bit higher up on their waist, and men tend to wear them a bit lower, right at the hip. So that was the goal for this patient, was to have his pants fit better. So you'll be able to see the reduction, and this also shows that the difference between the treatment plan for your first session might be different than your second session. So these are stacked initially or vertically like this. They're stacked this way. And then the second session, they are stacked this way. There are reasons for that, and picking a provider that knows and understands the human body and anatomy like that really makes a difference in choosing the shape of your body. So for this next patient, this is another love handles. So this patient had a tummy tuck and liposuction on her abdomen. She decided to not treat her love handles at this time. And then she realized after the healing process was done that she probably should have, but she didn't want to go under the knife again. So she came to us to minimize the appearance of her love handles, and we definitely achieved that with her. For this next patient, this is a great photo to showcase treatments of the chin. So with this patient, she really wanted kind of a more lifting. She wanted to get rid of that pocket right under there. And something I want to point out is during your consultation with us, if you're coming in to get your chin treated, is we want to address any kind of concerns for skin laxity. So what that means is loose skin. CoolSculpting treats fat on the body, and it can affect the appearance of loose skin. That does not mean good or bad. So during the consultation, we're going to ask you questions of like, do you have any concerns about loose skin? And we'll actually have you palpate and kind of pinch and pull at the area so we can see what kind of fat to skin ratio you've got and figure out what your goal is. If it's to lift up the neck, if it's to get more of a defined jawline, or if it's just to really get rid of the fat in the area. for this next one, it's going to be the bra puff. So this area right here that falls, I know a lot of women can empathize with this area, especially myself. I wear a lot of sports bras, so that's an area that I want to treat sometimes. This is a pretty standard treatment plan, so 2 cycles per session, or 2 hand pieces per session, 1 here and 1 here. The amount of reduction just depends on what your goal is, so we will talk about that during your consultations as well. All right, here is another bra puff, and I really like this one because these are what we call pinch photos. So what we'll have you do whenever you come in for treatment is we'll actually have you pinch the areas for your befores, middles, and after photos. So that way we can see the texture of the fat, because you can actually feel the difference after CoolSculpting sessions and how squishy it is. So this is a great way to showcase how the texture changes after each session. For this next one is an outer thigh. This is one of my favorite outer thighs. When it comes to outer thighs, we want to make sure that you have a defined pocket with a peak in order to make sure that you get natural looking results. Outer thighs are pretty standard as well. 1 applicator to each side, or 1 hand piece to each side per session. So with this one, it's going to be inner thighs. This is one of my favorite inner thigh photos because she had amazing results and she absolutely loved them. With this, the goal is to really just get a straight line when it comes to inner thighs. A lot of times women, or men even, I've also treated men as well, they don't like the feeling of the inner thighs touching or like getting that chafing whenever their thighs rub. So this is a great area to treat if you want to reduce that kind of feeling. So this photo here, I really want to point out that this patient went to another facility and was denied CoolSculpting because for whatever reason she was denied. So she came to us here at Element Body Lab in order to be treated, and as you can see, she had phenomenal results and she absolutely loves them. So this is really important to showcase that choosing the provider is so important, because what one person can't do, another one might be able to do. Just like if you went to a hairdresser and you might not have gotten the exact haircut you want, if you go to another person, they can give you exactly what you want. And finally, these are my results. My upper back. This is the most recent CoolSculpting treatment that I've gotten done on myself. After COVID, I'd gained the COVID-20 and I saw a photo of my back from the back, and I was just shocked because I've never really seen myself from the back. At least it never really like pinged to me that that was something that I needed to address. But after COVID, I started noticing those pockets right below my bra. They were starting to touch my skin, and I didn't like that feeling. It's not something that I ever felt before. So I really wanted to reduce that in order to have a more smooth back line. And I absolutely love my results. This is from 1 session. I had 6 applicators starting from the waistline, just going up. And I really felt a difference in how my bras fit. I wasn't feeling my skin fold touching itself anymore, and I was so excited because I felt like I could, look in the mirror and be like, hey, that's a nice back. So that's how I feel about my back line. I'm going to do another session because I really want to have really smooth back line, and like we said, it takes 2, so I had amazing results after 1, but I want 1 more in order to get me all the way to the edge of where I want to be. So that is what we have for our before and after photos. If you want more specified photos for specific areas that you're interested in treating, we can actually send them to you after we do a consultation. We will pinpoint the areas you want and select photos specifically for those areas to send to you. If you're watching on YouTube, you can go on our website at www.elementbodylab.com to view the rest of our photos. Thank you so much for joining, and have a great day.